What does dedication mean? For example, there are 10 people and only one of them has food. The owner of the food could just keep it for self-consumption. Instead, out of compassion, the food is shared with the other 9. Dedication is similar to this sharing. The good seeds sown by the virtuous actions that people perform will bear virtuous fruit. Mahayana practitioners, unwilling to enjoy the positive karmic result by themselves alone, give the fruit to all sentient beings to share. This is what dedication connotes. There are 2 types of dedication: poisonous and non-poisonous. Poisonous dedication means dedication with attachment. It is stated in the Prajnaparamita Sutra that good seed sown with attachment is like poisonous food. It may taste delicious at first, but will cause tremendous pain when the poison takes effect. Similarly, good seed sown not by actions performed with mind free of clinging, as explained above, may perhaps yield some transitory benefit, but more suffering will ensue and no liberation attained, because such actions are deemed defiled phenomena. Non-poisonous dedication refers to dedication free of attachment and concepts, i.e., to dedicate while in the state of realization that the true nature of all phenomena is emptiness. Non-poisonous dedication is further classified into 2 types: genuine and simulated. Genuine non-poisonous dedication refers to the one made by the bodhisattvas who have arrived at the first ground or higher in a state of thought-free concentration. It is beyond the capability of ordinary people whose capacity is more suitable for simulated non-poisonous dedication. This type of dedication is not to use the logic of Madhyamaka to discern the void nature of all phenomena, but the visualization as described in the 35 Buddha's repentance ritual. One should visualize in earnest as follows. However the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of all times and 10 directions dedicate their merit, I do the same with mine. This way is simulated non-poisonous dedication. It has been said in many scriptures that although the simulated version is not genuine non-poisonous dedication, it can be used as a substitute. For example, how do we dedicate the merit accrued from liberating animals? We should sincerely make a vow. However the Buddhas of the past, present, and future dedicate their merit, I will do the same as well. This would be non-poisonous dedication. Naturally, we can also recite the practices and vows of the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, as it contains many auspicious dedications. If not knowing how, or not having the time to recite the whole text, we can just recite the 8 verses in the 2 stanzas from "In whatever way valiant Manjusri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit" to "I dedicate all of these roots of virtue to accomplishing the deeds of Samantabhadra." Nagarjuna once said, "These 2 stanzas embody the essence of the practices and vows of the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra." Therefore, to recite just these 2 stanzas would be the same as having read the whole text. It is easy to do, and at the same time is unadulterated with defilement, and deemed to resemble genuine, non-poisonous dedication. After performing each virtuous action, dedication must be properly offered, as the resulting good karma may likely be destroyed before it ripens. In what circumstances can it be destroyed? Hate. In Mahayana Buddhism, hate or anger is the worst defilement. Strong hatred, once born, can immediately destroy all good karma accumulated over 100 kalpas. To boast one's own merit, for example, good karma is likely to be destroyed when a person, after reciting the heart mantra of Manjusri 100 million times, goes on to tell others what great merit he or she has thus accumulated and flaunts the skills in meditation with pride. Regrets over virtuous action. For instance, a person has properly liberated animals, but regrets after some time, thinking, "That was a waste of money. I shouldn't have done it." This regret will immediately ruin the virtuous karma resulted from all previous acts of liberating animals. Inverted dedication of merit. Inverted dedication would be for someone to dedicate after completing a virtuous action in the following manner. May this root of virtue empower me to destroy my enemy so-and-so. Dedication becomes inverted when it is adulterated with greed, hatred, or delusion. Although the evil wish may come true, owing to the power of dedication, no good karma will ever be born from the virtuous actions performed. If we do not dedicate properly in time, under the circumstances mentioned above, all the roots of virtue, however many or supreme, will be destroyed in an instant. Of all the factors that may destroy good karma, hatred is the one that could arise most easily. When it does, it can destroy innumerable virtuous karma. To ordinary people, that would be most dreadful. Hence, dedication must be offered immediately after completing each virtuous action. Will good karma never be destroyed after proper dedication has been offered? Normally, with proper dedication, especially one that is for the enlightenment of all sentient beings, karma resulted from virtuous deeds cannot be destroyed. It is like saving files in the computer. After they have been saved, they normally do not get lost. In addition, dedication should correspond with motivation. If our motivation is to cultivate virtue for the sake of all sentient beings, our dedication should be for them as well. The two should not be inconsistent. It would not make any sense to arouse bodhicitta first and subsequently dedicate merit for our own benefit. According to the viewpoints of Mahayana Buddhism, we can dedicate merit neither for the worldly blessings of this life, our own health or prosperity, nor the attainment of the state of Stravaka or Pratyeka Buddha, but enlightenment or the attainment of Buddhahood, the most sublime of all dedications. To dedicate as such, the seeds of virtue can never be depleted. The fruits born thereof, though ripened time after time, will never end. As the merit has been dedicated for the attainment of enlightenment, it will not disappear before then. What is the difference between dedication and aspiration? On the premise that a virtuous action resulting in positive karma, like liberating animals, has been done, the aspiring vow made right after this action is dedication. When a vow or a wish is made without this premise, it is an ordinary aspiration. For example, when seeing a Buddha statue or a reliquary stupa, one prays, "May I in all future lives." This is not dedication, but aspiration. The difference lies in whether any virtuous action has been performed and any positive karma thus accumulated has been made the subject of dedication. Now a few more things need to be emphasized. First, as a Mahayana practitioner, when aspiring or dedicating, one should begin with the vow, "May I, in the many lives from now until enlightenment, never harm the life or even a single hair of another being, not even for the needs of my own body or life." Naturally, one must make good one's promise. If for the time being, one cannot fully keep one's words, at the least one should vow this way, "May I, in the many lives from now until enlightenment, never intentionally harm the life of another being, even for the needs of my own body or life." Failing this, any more talks on practicing Mahayana would be pointless. Moreover, we should encourage ourselves to make the promise of not harming other beings at all costs as quickly as we can and make good that promise, which ought to be the goal of our practice at the moment as well. Second, according to the sutras, when we dedicate, no matter how great or insignificant virtuous karma may be, we should never make the vows of the celestial being and human realm, or that of a Shravaka. "May I, through this root of virtue, attain the state of Chakravarti, a universal monarch, or have health, long life, and so forth." Rather, the vow should be, "May I, with this root of virtue, become the refuge of all sentient beings, the one who delivers all from samsara." To dedicate as such with resolution is dedication of a bodhisattva. An analogy of dedication is that a person unwilling to keep the food just for self-consumption shares with others. Does this mean one's virtuous karma is reduced after dedication, the same way one only keeps $1 after sharing $10 with 9 other people? The root of virtue is not at all like that. The more it is dedicated, the more it grows. The more it is kept for oneself, the more likely it decreases. This aspect of the root of virtue is just the opposite of that of worldly things. Thus, never forget to dedicate. To make a simple dedication, one can recite the 2 stanzas of the practices and vows of the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, or one can choose other longer dedication prayers for a more extensive dedication. For example, the last chapter of Bodhisattva Charyavatara, engaging in the conduct of the Bodhisattvas, is on dedication. Its contents are all about dedications of the Bodhisattvas, certainly a fine choice for the occasion, that is. One thing should be noted is that whether or not an aspiration prayer or dedication prayer is empowered to bestow blessing depends a great deal on who the author is. Can ordinary people like us write dedication prayers? If our motivation is pure, this purity of mind may lend certain ability, but no power to confer blessing to the prayers we write. It would not result in any benefit whatsoever to recite this kind of prayer 1,000 or 10,000 times. Therefore, the author of a dedication prayer should best be a bodhisattva who has arrived at the first or higher ground, or at least a practitioner of the path of preparation, who has attained a high level of realization. Only their words hold the power of blessing. Likewise, only the prayers of dedication and aspiration from them should be employed in our practice. Longchenpa said that all virtuous actions, great or small, should be performed within the framework of the 3 supreme methods. Following this, whatever actions being undertaken will be leading to the path of liberation. Otherwise, the good deeds will be far removed from the path to liberation, however great or appealing they appear to be. This is how important the 3 supreme methods is. For most of us, it is still quite difficult to actually practice with a mind free of clinging and concepts, but for the time being, we can practice the approximate version of it as a substitute. To truly generate motivation and make dedication as dictated by the 3 supreme methods, we need to bring our practice up to a certain level first. Just as an athlete must be trained from early on to achieve an outstanding performance. Aspiring to taking the grand vow of a bodhisattva needs tremendous practice right from the beginning. There is no way an aspiration of such magnitude can arise spontaneously without studious practice in advance. I hope every practitioner not only appreciates the importance of, but also strives to practice the 3 supreme methods with particular emphasis on generating renunciation and bodhicitta. No need to rush into other practices before a solid foundation has been established.